Great. Welcome, everyone. I'm Heidi Pickman, and I'm the Associate Director of Cameo. I see a lot of familiar names on the webinar. It's our third Thursday webinar series. Just going to do quick introductions on who's on. We're a small enough group, but I want to see who's on, where they're located, and everybody else can see who's on. So we will unmute everyone. And if you could give me your name, what organization you're with, and where your organization is located, that would be great when I call your name. We're just going to go here alphabetically by first name. Agnes? Oh, I guess everybody is muted. Agnes, if we could unmute everybody.
The conference has been unmuted.
Great. Agnes Chung, do you want to tell us where you're from?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, hi, I'm Agnes, everyone. I'm with Working Solutions, and we're located here in San Francisco.
Fantastic. Avis Boyd?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm Avis, and I'm Avis Boyd, and I'm located in Los Angeles, and I am a startup company looking to get off the ground here in 2018, hopefully with my first apparel product for women who have had mastectomies without reconstruction, a line of intimate nightwear.
Avis, you sound like one of our woven participants. Is that
I
right?
am actually.
Welcome, welcome. And so you know about our network of providers, so that's great. Next, we're going to go to Carolina Martinez.
Hello, everybody. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hi. I'm Cameo CEO. I'm so glad that you are all connected. Thank you.
Great. And Deanna.
Hi, this is Diana with Meta, and we are located in San Francisco.
Thanks, Deanna. And Joe Williams? Is Joe with us? And she's on mute herself. Moving on to John Hobson.
Hello, John Hobson with Cielo from Southern California.
Hey, John. And Joy Taylor. Joy must be muted as well. Joy is from Jetty up in Mount Shasta. And moving on to Moses.
Moses McCutcheon Jr., Bethel, Los Angeles Community Development Corporation, and we are located here in Los Angeles.
How you doing, Moses?
Hey.
Fine. How are you?
Yeah, good. And moving on
And
to
it's
Sophie.
Joy. I was on mute, but this is Joy from the Women's Business Center up in Northern California. Just looking forward to hearing the presentation today.
Thanks, Joy. And Sophie?
Hi, this is Sophie Konawa with the Butte College Small Business Development Center. We're located in Chico, California.
And our last person, thanks, Sophie. Our last person is Titi, and I can't pronounce, I don't want to not pronounce the last name improperly. So, do you want to introduce yourself? Okay, maybe not. All right. Great. Well, everybody, thank you. As we'll go ahead and mute everybody so that we don't hear background noises.
The conference has been muted.
So welcome to Technologies Tools Bringing Business Assistance into the Future. As everybody knows, technology is changing everything. And at Cameo, we've been talking a lot about how technology has changed the lending world, but it's also changing business assistance and business coaching. And through the rest of the year, not every month, but for some of the months, we'll be presenting different tools that are being developed that automate some part of the business development process. And we decided that a great place to start would be with our own members who are having innovative responses to this changing landscape. Today we've got 3 members who are showcasing their programs that they've developed in response to these changes in our economy and our society. We're going to start with the agenda today. We're going to hear from the three, as I mentioned. We're going to start with Debi Roder. She's with Small Business Majority, and she's going to talk about venturize.org, an online resource hub for small businesses to help access capital. Then we'll hear from Estefania Cardona from Centro Community Partners. They have a business plan app that they've developed. We've talked a lot about it before, but they've really beefed it up and have added new features and new functionality to it. And so we're excited to see what that app has. And then finally we'll hear from Paola Castellanos from Pacific Community Ventures, who have an online mentoring tool that is called businessadvising.org. It's kind of a Match.com dating service for business owners and pro-bonos and business advisors. And she recently told us about this, and I thought it was really, really cool, and so wanted to bring it to everybody. And without further ado, I am going to turn it over to Debi from Small Business Majority.
Great. Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me here to tell you a little about Venturize. Good afternoon. I'm going to tell you first a little bit about Small Business Majority. We're a nonprofit. We were founded about 11 years ago, and we were founded by and run by small business owners. We are a national organization, but our two main offices are in Washington, D.C. and California, and we have field offices in Colorado, Illinois, Maryland, etc. We focus on issues of top importance to small business owners, which we define as fewer than 100 employees. Though primarily we focus on small businesses, I would say they're actually fewer than 50 employees, as well as the self-employed. And those topics include access to capital, but as well, or in addition to workforce, healthcare, retirement, etc. And our work is supported by extensive research. So we actually hire outside polling firms to poll small business owners to get the information we need. And we do a lot of advocacy. So we do advocacy and education. And sometimes one feeds into the other. So for example, our research found, as I'm sure you're all very well aware, that one of the major issues facing small business owners is access to capital, which is why we started working on Venturize. So the problem, women and minority entrepreneurs have a hard time obtaining credit they need for their business. Women entrepreneurs started companies with 50% less capital than their male counterparts, and minority business owners are denied loans at nearly 3 times the rate as non-minority owners. And what happens is when you can't gain access to capital through normal means such as bank loans, a lot of people go online for the quick and easy cash. You need money, no problem. Here, fill out this form, and you can get it. What we found was that while 75% received some kind of online credit this way, received a loan this way, only 15% were satisfied with their lenders. And the reason for that is, I'm sure you've heard the horror stories of people being charged, usury rates because it's an unregulated industry with a lot of fine print and the inability to pay back early. Thus, we created Venturize. It's a free online resource hub for small businesses that need help accessing responsible capital and becoming loan ready. We offer unbiased education and resources that really give the small business owners the ability to empower themselves to make good decisions, to understand what their best financing options are for their business. It's intended for all business owners, but we really focus on the key economic drivers of their communities, people of color, women, and younger entrepreneurs. This is what our website looks like, and I'll go into a little more detail. So for small business owners who just want to look around to get financing, there's a lot of tools. So we have a Get Started tool, which includes information like a loan application checklist, how to identify your credit score IQ, and a low comparison charts. We also have something which I think is wonderful it's part of the Small Business Majority, which is Small Business Borrows Bill of Rights. And what that is, it's a document with a bunch of partners we've put together that basically said there should be transparency and non-usury rates when small business owners go for loans. The lenders in our system have to agree to the principles of the Business Bureau's Bill of Rights in order to be listed. We also have tools such as a loan APR calculator so businesses can understand the true cost of their loan. In addition to that, we have a locator map where the service providers who offer free and low-cost assistance can be entered. So SBDCs, SCOREs, people, organizations that reach out and help small business owners on the ground level. So entrepreneurs can enter in their zip code, and then they can find a list of organizations that are closest to them. In addition to lending-related resources, we also have some additional resources, such as events calendar, where your local and national events are listed, business strategy and financing planning tools such as business plan templates, financial templates, that kind of information, and as well as information about licensing, permitting, mentoring, government procurement, etc., and that's all under the resource tab. So what would we like to do? So that's what Venturize is currently like. In the future, we're actually working on creating a platform where we can match small business owners to mission-driven lenders. So if a small business goes on to Venturize, they can choose, do I want to be matched directly or do I want to explore on our own? If they want to be matched directly, they fill out a brief application which talks about things like location, industry, and then self-identification characteristics like credit scores or revenue. And what we really want to do is be able to say that this, let's say, construction company in Los Angeles can be matched to this unique loan for Los Angeles County for construction companies and be able to match it to a level that it's really useful for the small business owner. In addition to the lenders, we're going to expand the functionality of our technical assistant provider, that map I showed you, where small business owners can filter which kind of matching tool they want for this specific technical assistant area, such as business plan or mentoring or procurement. We're looking for partners. We want to spread out the word. We think it's very important to educate our small businesses, and we're looking for people to partner with us to help do that. We're looking for organizations like yours to offer high-quality, personalized assistance, and we're making it so that it can be customizable. So why partner with us? The benefits include you're going to be featured on venturize.org. You'll have a unique landing page with your logo on it that will link to your website, as well as to an About Us page where you can add additional information about yourself and your resources. You will also have a unique log-on so you can share your events on our calendar. And then we also will send a toolkit with some information and resources to help you spread the word to your members. And this is just a mock-up of what that page would look like. So that logo would be your company's logo with your unique URL. And then when you click on that, what you can do is go to the About Us page where you can have the additional information. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Debbie. I'm guessing your email isn't xx@smallbusinessmajority.org. You want to type it into the chat so people can email you. But I would like to see if there's any questions. I know I had a couple of questions. And one of them is a lot of our members, like how are you getting the TA providers? A lot of our members are TA providers but might not be small business development centers. Can they get on? Can they get on that map?
So the answer is yes. So as long as you provide sort of low cost / free services to small business owners, the answer is yes. If you're interested, and I apologize, I should have changed that before I sent you the slide deck. Okay. Contact me, and we do have just a brief questionnaire just to make sure that this is a quick filter. I think most nonprofit groups that are there to really serve a small business, it's not really a major issue. We're just trying to make sure that it's not no one's trying to use our platform for ill intent, in essence.
Right.
But but otherwise, contact me. We have a brief questionnaire, and then we're happy to have TA providers on our map. And actually, I would love to have TA providers on our map because the more robust the tool, the better it is for everyone. So
yeah. Great. And then the other question I had, and then if you want to raise your hand or type a question in the chat, we can ask Debbie the question. The other question I had is, what's your value add for your resources? There's lots of resources out there for small businesses, all the templates and stuff like that. So what's your specific special sauce?
So our real focus is on the access to capital piece. So most of our resources are focused on that. I mean, in terms of the business plan templates, honestly, most of them come from SCORE right now, so we're not reinventing the wheel. We have them on the website more because the business plan is so key for when you get a business loan to make sure you're loan ready. So if I don't have access to that technical assistance provider geographically or for whatever reason, I can go online and find it. But that's why we have that. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then
we have a
you're right. Great. We have a question that's from Avis that says, how will this be publicized to small business and small business startups?
Well, one, we have our own network, which has, I think, over 50,000 small business owners and organizations on it. But we also have put a lot of just resources into getting the word out about Venturize through a lot of social media and then strategic ad placement. And that's also why we're looking for partners, so to hit really the ground level.
Right. And she's asking a follow-up is she's so much assistance out there. How will we know your strategic advantage? So I think part of that answer, I would say, is that one of the strategic advantage to Small Business Majority and the SBDC network, SCORE network, the SBA programs, that they're low, no cost, and their incentive is to help. They have no other incentive other than to help the small business owner. That's sort of what their mission is. They're mission driven. So that's part of their strategic advantage. I'm not trying to necessarily sell you something, but I don't know if you have other strategic besides the capital access piece.
I mean, I think that's really our focus right now, and it's also the demographic and the type of businesses we're really focusing on.
Yeah. Okay, great. Does anybody have any last questions for Debbie? And if you think of one, you can pop it in. If we have time at the end, we'll come back and ask questions. Thank you so much, Debbie. Really appreciate it. And next, we will move on to Estefania Cardona with Centro Community Partners. And I will just, Estefania, leave it to you to take away.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me? Yep.
Yes.
Hello? Great.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the intro, Heidi. My name is Estefania, and I am Centro's Partnership Customer Success Lead and Bilingual Entrepreneurship Trainer. Thank you, everyone, for attending this webinar. I'm excited to share now the innovative methodologies and tools we've been creating to support entrepreneurs in our communities. I'll explain our approach to helping underserved entrepreneurs, and then I'm going to take you through the solutions that we've been creating and tell you also how we're supporting other organizations and how we would like you all to be part of this solution. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to send a comment and I'll try to address them during or towards the end of the webinar. And if I don't have the answer, I'll be happy to look for it and get back to you. For those who don't know us yet, Centro is a no-client tech-based nonprofit. We provide business education to entrepreneurs, financial literacy, business advising, mentorship, and we facilitate the access to capital to low-income women and underserved communities to prepare them to be effective business owners who can create self-sufficient jobs and grow businesses that will contribute to the economic vitality and social vibrancy of their communities. We've been doing this and serving unrepresented communities for the past 8 years. The majority of our entrepreneurs are women, and more than 70% are making less than $50,000 a year. and they usually have a very low level of education, and English is their second language. Providing our services, we've seen that we've had a big impact for entrepreneurs here in the Bay Area, but underserved entrepreneurs still need more support. And if we look at the larger picture, there are more than 26 million microenterprises in the U.S., of which about 400,000 receive technical assistance and support, which is very low. And it costs an average of $4,500 per entrepreneur for receiving technical assistance services in a year. Additionally, 9 out of 10 people that pursue a microloan are turned away every day. Around 8,000 loans applications from small business owners are declining. A few other facts that I want to share is 80% of entrepreneurs who are part of minorities lack a business plan, and minority-owned businesses are 3 times more likely to be declined capital. And the bottom line is that there are a lot of microenterprises that need support, but it is expensive, and we all know that, to provide entrepreneurship and financial training. And to make the situation even more challenging, nonprofits and government organizations are seeing their funding sources decrease. So we are being asked to do more with less resources. Because of all these reasons, Centro is now here to help. We all know about the efficiencies that can be gained through technology. So when we were looking at how we could best support this ecosystem of underserved entrepreneurs, we studied different trends and looked at our own programs and how they were evolving. And these were our basic program, our advanced programs. We were doing MVPs. We were doing and analyzing lean startup models. And we saw that it was and still is more likely for an entrepreneur to have a mobile device than a computer. So in order to bring support to more people, 4 years ago, Centro created a business planning mobile app that brings together business planning tools and access to capital. We were very intentional in developing the Centro Business Planning app, and it's been specifically designed for people that are new to business concepts, that might not have the strong English skills, or maybe they didn't go beyond high school. We use very simple steps and simple language, and I'll show you a little bit of that in a bit. And now the app is part also of a training model that we developed at Centro to be able to provide high quality and affordable entrepreneurship training with easy-to-use tools so that our programs could be engaging, effective, and efficient for our entrepreneurial communities. Doing this, developing our tools, our training model, we've had some impact. The app was created to help entrepreneurs drop their first business plan, and the good news is that the app actually works. So it has helped 3,000 entrepreneurs build their business plans. And in a recent survey of graduates from our program who use Centro's app and curriculum and using a sample size of 150 entrepreneurs, we found that 82% have increased sales, 84% have reduced their expenses, 25% increased their savings, 42% created jobs, and almost 20% apply for a loan. So the Centro solution is really creating opportunities for people to take their entrepreneurial dreams and make them reality. Our mobile app, as I mentioned before, is part of a training model that we created. And this training model is called the Entrepreneurship Suite, or the E-Suite. So it consists of a free business planning mobile app, because the app can be downloaded all around the world in 4 different languages. It also consists of a student and facilitator workbooks and advisor portal to manage user accounts. and a 5 hours online trained trainer in our curriculum and methodology and how to create successful programs in your communities. So this is what we are offering to other organizations. We are providing all our network of partner organizations with the eSuite to enable them to provide entrepreneurship training that builds on what their entrepreneurs have created in the app. And we make everything very easy to follow so that anybody is able to facilitate a group of entrepreneurs. It could be a recent graduate, it could be an MBA, it could be a consultant, it could be anyone. We've also had people from high school using our methodology to train their friends in their high schools. So we've had some results, and we are seeing how partners achieve success. Some are using these tools to provide 4 to 9 week training programs, one-day boot camps, or even just one-on-one advisories. We have also noticed that partners who have never provided entrepreneurship training programs before are being able to easily do so. And they've been engaging more than 20 entrepreneurs in their very first program. By using technology, we have demonstrated that you can provide better, richer services at a lower cost. So we have brought the training cost from $4,500 to $800 per entrepreneur. And we've also seen that we're not only integrating technology, but also helping with this big problem that we already started facing of the digital gap. So those are the main results that we've got. And the app and the advisor portal is also working as a reporting tool. So those of you who have led entrepreneurship training programs will probably recognize the 6 general areas: vision, mission, values, personal finance, market analysis, products and services, operations, and business finance. So once the entrepreneur goes through the 25 activities, they can have their completed business plan emailed to them for further editing and use, which is the image that you see at the top is not very clear, but once you download the presentation, you'll be able to have a deeper look at it. And then after completing their business plans, they can get access to a free interest crowdfunded Kiva US loan with the touch of a button. At the right, there you see an overview of the partner resource website. All these are training and learning resources that we facilitate to our partners, and they are both in English and Spanish. The eSuite is also customizable, and Centro team can work with you to tailor it according to your organizational requirements. So this is the even more exciting part. We started with the idea of scaling technical assistance in 2012. We have learned from many setbacks, failures, and disappointments. And this has been an intensive iteration and ideation journey, and we wanted to create a platform that can reach all people. That was our goal. We show here our progress and our aspirations to become a standard in the industry of quality and access for all entrepreneurs. We are expecting to highly increase the number of entrepreneurs trained and served with our new version of the app. So I have shown you so far the third version, which is the one that is under 2017-2018. This year we're launching our new app, the new version of the app. So some sections of the sections of the business planning are going to be the same ones. This just has a totally new user interface design. And there's going to be access to small business loan depending on their location, including more micro lenders. And then one more new thing is going to be the access to a chat platform for them and their advisors. It's going to be the same very easy and simple activities to use. As I said, this is going to be the business planning section. It has the same activities, a few more that we have edited with all the feedback that we have gathered from our partners. Simple and fun activities to be completed, and they result in a business plan. The design is meant to keep helping the entrepreneurs I mentioned before and to be able to reach out to more entrepreneurs. Once they have their business plan, the entrepreneurs can go to the funding section and start getting access to capital. So this is how it will look like. They will see a list of microlenders depending on their location. Once they select the microlender, there's going to be a screen that will show some information about the main requirements of the lender and what kind of services the microlender provides. Then we will ask a few more questions, and after that, they will give us permission to send their business plan and contact details to the microlender, and the connection is going to be done automatically. The microlender will receive a notification, and so is the advisor, so the advisor. So you can be part of our app community. You can get Centro's eSuite, and you can also be in our platform as a microlender and help more pre-qualified borrowers. So here I'm showing you my contact details. I'm also going to put them in the chat. And thank you so much for your attention. Is there any question?
I'm guessing there's a lot. I do want to mention that Cameo and Centro, we've had a partnership for quite a few years in helping, develop the idea of the partnership, and we did a cohort down in Southern California where 5 of the Southern California TA providers were using the business plan in their classes and became part of one of those cohorts. So I want to thank you for your partnership, Estefania. And we have a request for you to back up, so I can take care of that. Just back up so people can get your email address.
And thank you, Heidi. And we have here also Bethel, Mr. Moses, who was part of that program that we've been developing with Cameo. It's been great. So also thank you for the partnership.
Yeah, Moses, do you want to talk a bit? I'm going to unmute you. Do you want to mention how it's working in your within your organization? I just unmuted you. I don't know if he knows we're going to put him on the spot. Moses? It looks like we might have lost audio with Moses. Okay.
Maybe.
I'll leave him unmuted for a second just in case he comes back on. Does anybody have any questions other than Estefania's email for Estefania? I was just amazed at the statistics about how it saves the time, the decrease in the cost of TA provision. It's pretty interesting. That was one of the things that I was kind of like, oh wow, when I first heard Arturo and Aldo talk about it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Great. Can you talk a little bit about the portal that the portal that the back end portal, and like what organization would see in that?
Totally. So I don't have a screenshot here because we're also having a totally new design of the portal. So in the advisor portal, you will not only be able to see, the partners resource, so all the resources for trainers, but you can also download, see all your clients' business plans. So your entrepreneur is going to be able to have their business plan in their email address, and they have the app, and they have it in their phones. But all that information of each one of your entrepreneurs is going to be, and it's already there. It's in an advisor portal where you can download their business plan, see the last date in which they updated each one of the sections, which sections are they missing, and also a reporting tool, as I mentioned before. So you're going to see the main statistics of how many men, women, non-gender binary, their income level, their business finances. You're going to see a summary of that. That's why this is going to be also helpful as a reporting tool. So those are, apart from all the training resources, there's also this tool in the advisor portal where you're going to see mainly a dashboard of your clients. Did I answer your question, Heidi?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was starting to talk. I was on mute. Yeah, you a little. You did like. Can I had one follow-up question. Is say I had 30 students. Can I pull a report on like, oh, my students, 20% of my students have done X, Y, Z, or can I do
yes.
aggregate reports? Okay, so you can do aggregate reporting.
Exactly.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah. Moses has chimed in on the chat and says he loves the app. Moses, I have unmuted you. Are you able to talk now and just tell, maybe give an example of some of the impact that you've seen? Moses? Maybe not. Okay. All right. Great. Does anybody have any more questions? You can type them in, or you can raise your hand, and I can unmute you. Great. Well, Estefania, thank you so much. This is really, it's funny, it's interesting to see how this has developed and become, it's really become a tool that is saving lots of money and building efficiencies for TA products. So thank you.
Yeah, I'll be happy to get in touch with any of you. Thank you so much, Heidi. And any questions, you can email me or call me.
Okay. And Moses, I'll have to follow up with you later. He says he tried to share but could not be heard. I will follow up with you later and maybe write up a little something about it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Great. Well, thanks, Estefania. We're going to move on to, I can just click on get over to businessadvising.org and welcome Paola Castellanos. And Paola, take it away.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, loud and clear, I think.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to present today and to share more about the business advising program by Pacific Community Ventures. I have a few slides, but I will breeze through them to ensure that we have time for Q&A because I think your questions are more important than any other slides that I can present to you. And to get started, I just want to talk about why businessadvising.org was born. As many of you know, Pacific Community Ventures started about 20 years ago with the goal of deploying capital to minority-owned and low-income business owners who were trying to create local economies and more jobs in their spaces. And when this capital was starting to get deployed, we realized there was also a need to deploy technical assistance and build capacity. And so this business advising program was born to complement our work as a CDFI. And the main things that we want to accomplish is to have a program that grew from San Francisco and the Bay Area into a nationwide program that relies on an online platform, and I'll go on what that looks like a little bit towards the end, and really give the ability to provide mentors an opportunity to connect with the small business owners virtually and give business owners the ability to connect with mentors that they maybe otherwise would have been unable to connect and give them that access. And the goal of all of this is just to create more profitable businesses, to help them be better neighborhoods, better employers, help create jobs, and be game changers for their communities. And so these are some stats that I'll present to you. We just released our annual impact for 2017, and I invite all of you to visit our website, pacificcommunityventures.org, and see some of these new steps that we have. Last year, we went from 63% of our clients to being women to this past year to be 74%. Same increase for our clients and veterans and people of color, and we keep getting more and more in jobs generation, and also enabling business owners to increase their revenue as they grow. And so we have noticed, and we have the research to back the stats, where 70% of the business owners that connect with a mentor have a greater chance of surviving that 10-year pivoting point for most businesses where they usually close down. They also have a faster way of creating jobs and also providing better wages for the people that work with them. And just to tell you a little bit more about the business owners that we work with, most of them come from low to moderate income areas where either the business owner or the people they're hiring from come from these economically disadvantaged areas. Some of them, most of them have some employees and have been in business for over a year, and they have already discovered what the business is. They just need help to scale and improve on what they're offering, and that's where our mentors come in. And we get our advisors, our mentors, from a diverse array of sources. We have some partnerships. Again, I invite you to visit our website to see a full list. And it ranks from organizations like banks and Fortune 500 to also a lot of people who've retired and they just want to give back. We offer expertise in these areas of businesses, which are finance and budgeting, marketing, human resources, and legal. And a lot of our advisors have been business owners themselves, so they can definitely put themselves in the shoes of the business owners that they're trying to support. We ask these advisors that they commit about 3 to 6 hours is the average for about 3 to 6 months to help the business owners with specific projects or specific tasks that they want to accomplish. And most of them come back. Once they have completed that first initial partnership, they come back for a second match, or they stay with partners in their partnership for many, many years. We have a handful of partnerships that are entering their 5th year, where the business owner and the advisor have developed more than a business partnership and more of a friendship, and they rely on each other and they become their sounding boards of sorts. And this is just a little snapshot of some of the promoting that we do for our advisors. They get the satisfaction of helping the business owners, but then they also get some visibility on our social media platforms. And really, this is just an opportunity for us to thank them for everything that they do and all the hard work that they put in with our business owners. So since most of you in the call are fellow service providers and want to learn more about how the program works, I wanted to show you a little bit of the back end of the platform. When business owners and advisors come to our website, the first step is to fill out an application or fill out a profile that tells us about what they're looking to accomplish, what is their background, what are specific tasks they want to work on. And they also have an onboarding call with one of our team members to discover any additional needs or figure it out, help them map out a plan of action, and also figure out how to prioritize the types of advisors that they can work with. Business owners are encouraged to have multiple mentors as long as they can manage those relationships. So, for example, we always encourage they have a financial advisor to help them with the ongoing financial health and literacy of their business, and then have add-on advisors as they need. For example, if they want to hire someone, give them a human resources advisor, or if they want to maybe increase their marketing plans or their sales plans, then have complementary advisors as they grow their business. And after both business owners and the advisors have had their profile filled out and these onboarding conversations with our team, then our team creates the match for them. And this is just a few slides on our platform. This is what the backend looks like as far as the application process, where business owners can select more than one area of expertise where they need help, and then after they check off each of those boxes, there's additional questions from each specific topic. For example, here, if you are selecting that you need marketing help, it asks a few questions to dig deeper. What type of marketing help do you need? Do you need an overall plan for your communications? Do you need social media help? Do you need maybe e-commerce? All of these different components. And after they answer all those questions, they rank them. And that's part of the conversation that we have with them when we have the onboarding call, because it's easier to figure out what your action plan is once you have a little bit of a roadmap. And then that's just when they select the time. And the reason to have the profile completed and the onboarding call is very important because our team takes the time to write out a proposal that goes out to the advisor with information on the business owner, how what they need help with, how that advisor can specifically help answer those and address those needs. And the advisor has the opportunity to review the information on the business owner, and consider whether they're able to help them or not. If they agree, then there is an opportunity to have a kickoff. That will trigger a notification to the business owner that an advisor has accepted the proposal, and it'll also give the business owner the information on the advisor, their background information, and the ways how we envision them to see. So what you see in the back is just a screenshot of where our team writes the thesis and the proposals, and the online platform allows us to do all this automatically and send the notifications. Our team also follows up with both parties to ensure that they receive the content and that the ideal kickoff time for the partnership happens as soon as possible. We try to send the proposals out to advisors within 24 hours of having the onboarding call with the business owner to prioritize their match, and then that also gives us a little bit of room should the advisor be unable to participate in that partnership to identify a potential second match. And all that we ask, this is a free platform, and business owners can use it as much as they can. All that we ask of them is that they let us know how things are going, and they can call us or email us. The more streamlined way is to help us by submitting these surveys that go out to them about every 6 weeks, just to share any success stories, anything that they are working on, and also to make sure that the partnership is going well and that both parties are satisfied and there's progress. And so I know I just breezed through all of that because we're running out of time here, but I want to open up to questions. And that information there is Robert Porter is my supervisor. I report directly to him, and I'll chat you all my email on the site too. But I'd like to open it up to you and maybe back up to any of the slides that you want to review again or learn more about it. So thank you guys for your time.
Thanks, Paola. And just out of curiosity, where are the businesses and where are the mentors? Like, where are they physically located, and does it matter?
They are all located all over the U.S., including Hawaii. It doesn't matter. Part of the onboarding call, we ask both parties if they would prefer a local match or they're open to a remote match. If they prefer a local match, we can honor that. It'll just narrow down the pool of advisors that are located in their area, and so we always just encourage them to be open to have the best match possible regardless of location.
Yeah, great. I think we can unmute everybody since we're at the end of the webinar. So let's go ahead and do that.
The conference has been unmuted.
And just don't ever talk at once. If you want to talk, just raise your hand, or you can You can chat your question in if you do not want to talk. Some people prefer not to. Paola did just put her email into the chat box, so you can copy and paste it. And we'll also post this on our website, so you can go back for that. But entertain some questions. How do you partner with, I'll start, maybe kick it off by, how do you partner with organizations, or do you partner with organizations, or?
Absolutely, yes. And I see Titi is on the line, and she's part of Working Solutions. And Working Solutions is so great about providing that financial advisors to their borrowers. And whenever they see a complementary need for the business owner, Titi will send me an email. And in fact, I owe her an answer for one she sent me yesterday about additional advisors for those business owners. And so we're happy to work with any of our partners, with Working Solutions, Opportunity Fund, any of you who see an additional need to connect a business owner with an advisor. We're happy to welcome those referrals.
Great. Yeah. I mean, so it's not a formal partnership. It's more like you guys have a relationship and you share, right?
Yes, and absolutely. I mean, we have partnerships with different Cameo members, and then also if for people who are in the Bay Area, if you're part of any of San Francisco, Mission Asset Fund, there's I could spend just a few minutes just naming all the partnerships that we could do. And there's additional partnerships where if you wanted to have more in-depth information about how your clients are doing, there's different reporting functionality that we can always talk in. But for the service itself, really to us it doesn't really matter if we have a very well detailed partnership or not. All we'll do is just like you are trying to help that business owner.
Oh, got it. So there is some reporting that you can get out of it. Oh, that wasn't clear from your presentation. I think that's one of the things that would make me want to be a partner. And let's say you're like Sophie or Moses, Sophie's up north and Moses is down south. Can they partner with you too?
Absolutely, yes. You have my email address. We're happy to talk more about the details. We liked, for example, we have a partnership with another CDFI in Minnesota, MetaMN, and they do a really great job of helping us identify business owners who would best benefit from the program, that is, they're ready and willing to meet with an advisor. They have a very specific problem, or they have an idea of how they want to tackle that challenge, and all they need is that expert to kind of guide them through the process. And so they send us those business owners our way, and we report on how the partnerships are going and some of the success stories that they're seeing via the surveys.
Cool. I don't know if they want to partner with you. I was just calling them out just because I know they're in different places.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Does anybody, and Debbie wrote in the comment just so everybody sees, thank you, it's a great program. Forgot to mention that Venture has links for both the business advisors and the Centro app on their website. So everybody's, the more we work together, the more we collaborate, the more we get the word out about our resources, the more successful we're all going to be. So that's I kind of appreciate that. Does anybody want to ask any? I believe we still have Debbie, and we do have Estefania on the line. And does anybody have any questions? We have a couple minutes left, not too many, but we have a couple minutes left if anybody wants to ask any questions of either Paola or one of the other presenters.
I think the only thing I want to add is, this is Paola with Pacific Community Ventures. Because of our 20 years anniversary, we are going through a rebranding process, and so if you come to our website, you'll see a slightly different logo and a slightly different website, and it all went live today. So I was joking with the guys about, changing my slides like last minute. But so if you see a slightly different logo, don't be alarmed. It's just that we're going through this rebranding. And also, please don't be scared. And also, there are some parameters for the program. Like it says something about, you have to be in business for about a year and have like X amount of revenue. You can just ignore those. If a business owner comes, refer through you, or you have a good feeling that they are really willing to work with an advisor, just tell them to ignore those parameters and just start the application so that we can start the matching process as soon as possible.
Great, that's funny. Yeah, for those of you who aren't on the phone, right before the webinar, Paola said, "Hey, can I change my slides?" She's making a little webinar joke and to let you know. And we'll start with a laugh and end with a laugh, unless anybody has anything else to say.
I just wanted to add something else about the two tools that we're offering to organizations, the eSuite and the integration in the app for micro lenders. So, Heidi, I don't know if it's okay if I send you the link. You can find information in our website, but there's a form that we created in Google Forms for micro lenders so that they can put all the information, and then we'll start adding them to our app. There's no charge for this service for micro lenders, so PCD is one of the ones who's going to be there in the app, as you might have seen in the presentation that I showed. But if you don't mind, Heidi, I'll send you the link so that micro lenders that are part of Cameo can register for free and be in our app.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can follow up with that. Great.
Thanks.
Sure. So I just want to thank everybody for participating and actually hanging in there. We've got about who we started with. A couple people had to leave, so thank you, and thanks to our wonderful presenters, Debi Roder from Small Business Majority, and Estefania Cardona from Centro Community Partners, and Paola Castellanos from Pacific Community Ventures and BusinessAdvising.org. I do want to mention, I mentioned in the very beginning, this is our third Thursday webinar series. Our next one is going to be on July 19th, and we're going to be talking about the importance and the how-to of data collection. We'll walk you through how to do the micro-tracker and talk about what benefits that good impact tracking has for your fundraising and for the sustainability of your organization. So I hope you'll put that on your calendar. Same time, 2 o'clock, July 19th. Put it on right now. You'll get an email in about a week or so. Maybe right after. We'll send it out. We'll start getting these out early. And with that, I'd like to thank everybody and say have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Great information. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.